Hi there, today we are going to go through how to back up and restore your database within pressSIGN. The time that you'd normally want to make a backup would be if you're going to update or upgrade your software. You just want to make sure you've got a backup of your database just in case. I'll cover how to do that by specifically picking to make an update to your database, but there's also an automated way of making an update as well, and I'll show you that as we get towards the end of the video. So keep watching. Let's just move straight on and show you pressSIGN. So here we've got the pressSIGN screen. To make an update, you need to go to the File menu at the top here. If you click on that, you'll then find that there is an option that says Backup and Restore just here. Click on the Backup and Restore. You get a new window that says Backup and Restore Localhost. If you simply want to make a backup, the blue backup button is obviously the thing to press. So that will simply back up your whole entire database, put it into a file format, which is a TAR file. You can see they're called TAR files in this dialog box where the previous updates have been stored. It also gives you a date and the time as to when your backup was made and the backup size. If we hit the rebuild button, it gives you an option to rebuild the database. So you've got the database or the database and jobs. And I'm going to click on the database and jobs option in the middle. So here we see pressSIGN running in the background, optimizing each of the jobs in the database. Leave it to do that uninterrupted. It's probably a great idea to do this in an evening when you know there's no other work going to be required for pressSIGN, and it obviously depends on the size of your database as to how long this is going to take. Once pressSIGN has completed the backup of the database, you'll see this window and restart pressSIGN by re-logging in. If we click on the trim button, trim allows you to remove the settings that are not used in any job. So typically in the open job window, when you look at the database, there may well be settings that you've got that you no longer use, categories or clients that you no longer work for, and you've got no jobs with those specific selections in. You can trim your database and get rid of those kind of settings. There is an option to trim all, so that would remove settings that are not used in any jobs from any of these categories. Of course, we can turn the none on and select individual categories. So if, for instance, I wanted to get rid of some clients that were in the database but we've got no jobs for, then I could actually do that. You simply would click on the start button at the bottom there and that would process that for you. So it's a good way of reducing the size of your database. The other option that we see here is the archive option at the bottom here. And the archive button allows us to remove or delete old data for certain dates. In the middle where it says date custom, if you click on that, you can remove any jobs from a particular year. Or you've got the option to select a custom date. You've got a custom start date or a custom end date, and you simply click on these two dots at either end that you can then choose the date that you want to here. So it's pretty simple to choose your start and end date. I'm just going to click on the cancel at the bottom of that window. And now if I want to make my backup, I will simply click on the backup button on the top right hand side just up here. pressSIGN will then say where do you want to store your backups. So typically they'd be backed up to a documents folder somewhere on your hard drive or your network. Click on save and the software will automatically back up your database. We can now see that my backup was a 218 megabyte backup. You can always delete backups, so now we can simply close this window The other way of working with backups is to set them as part of your server monitor settings, and this is a regular backup that is made by pressSIGN, so it can then make your backups at a specified time and a specified regularity. So let's show you how you would do that in the server monitor. Now the first thing is that you would need to be running the server machine to even see server monitor. So server monitor is an application that runs on the server and lets you see and set things regarding the server. So here we have the server monitor window, and it shows on the right hand side an area which is titled maintenance. It's basically this box here, and this box will allow you to select when to do and make automatic backups. Firstly, you get an option to delete jobs that are older than you need. Then we can select when to make automatic backups and the backup time. So this is where if you set it to be midnight and your server is always turned off at the end of the day, then you're never going to get an automatic backup. You can schedule the backups and tell it where you want those backups to go by simply browsing, and get a backup made by clicking on the backup button just here. If you set a new schedule and a new time, go to this update button at the bottom, click update, and pressSIGN will automatically continue to make backups for you at that scheduled time. So that is everything really to cover how to make a backup in pressSIGN. Remember, this is highly recommended if you're going to make an update or upgrade pressSIGN. pressSIGN 11 is the latest version as we make this video. So thanks for watching, and take a look at the other helpful videos that are on this channel, and make sure you subscribe so that you get notifications when new videos are created. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.